Are these the yearbook photos?
Yep.
When worlds collide.
Hello and welcome to Forbidden Snacks, the show where we take your weird food combos and try them out. We're your hosts,
Lauren
and Abby, and today we'll be trying
Cheez-Its and chocolate and carrots and ketchup.
first up, Cheez-Its and chocolate.
Yes.
Like a cursed s'more.
S'mores.
Forbidden s'more.
We just need a marshmallow now.
That's kind of really good.
It's really good.
Oh my gosh,
I definitely recommend.
that's so good.
Really good. 11 out of 10.
10 out of 10. Would try again.
Yes.
Do recommend.
Very good.
Bye.
That was from Ella.
Thanks, Ella.
Next up we have carrots and ketchup.
Get a little carrot. They look like peppers, but they're carrots. Okay. Get a dip,
I'm
Lauren.
gonna throw up.
You queen. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Oh! Oh, it's.
I hate that so
Oh.
much.
The layers are.
The layers?
There's like layers of flavor and they're all bad. When you were a kid, did you ever like eat a french fry that's been left in the car?
Yeah.
That's what that tastes like.
Yeah.
So what do you rate carrots and ketchup?
6 out of 10.
-3 out of 10.
Yes, -10 out of 10. It tasted like old car fries. So
Okay, the old car fries aren't as bad as that is.
I don't enjoy that. And that suggestion was by Emmy, so Emmy, I'm mad at you.
Yeah, please never eat that again.
That's the worst food we've
Terrible.
eaten on the show. And we had apples and mayonnaise. So, if you have some weird food combos that you want to suggest and see us try on the show, make sure to send them to our emails or Instagram. And we'll see you next time. Bye!
So we had a couple of classes come in and to do a book tasting. Some classes do a similar thing, they call it speed dating. We decided it was going to be called a book tasting, so we printed out menus with all the names of the books on it, and they had a circle yes or no if they wanted to order the book off the menu or if they decided they didn't want to try the book. So we had the classes sit on a long table and they had a minute to look at the book, and they had to look on the inside, look at the cover, see if there's a little blurb on the back, and based on that decide whether they wanted to order the book off the menu or say no. So they just looked at the book, and once they made their decision, pass it on to the next person. And after they were all done looking at the books, then they could choose whether they wanted to check it out or not, or taste it. So that's a really fun thing that we did with those classes. We also separated the books into fiction and nonfiction because they were also learning about the difference between fiction and nonfiction. It was a really fun way to look at lots of different kinds of books and maybe choose something they wouldn't normally look at and learn about nonfiction and fiction books.
Shadow Star fiction. He checked it off and said, yes. Well, yeah, well, yes, I do, but don't try this at home because don't ever eat a real book.
Welcome to Unsolved Mysteries with Sally and Caroline, where we will be diving into infamous cases throughout history.
This week's mystery is the Zodiac killings. The Zodiac killer operated in Northern California in the 1960s.
The murders began in 1968 when a couple was shot to death, and over the next 10 months, the killer struck many more times around the San Francisco Bay Area in public places where victims were not necessarily focused on their surroundings.
The most fascinating part of the entire case is that the Zodiac Killer loved sending coded messages to the newspapers and reported his murders to law enforcement himself.
After years of investigating, the Zodiac Killer was never caught, but some experts cracked one of his codes after 51 years. David Uhrenschach deciphered the 340 cipher at the end of 2020, and it is so named because there are 340 characters.
While the 340 cipher did not disclose the killer's identity, it added to his character as someone who relished inducing terror. The killer wrote that he was unafraid of the gas chamber if caught and taunted the investigators.
However, there are still 2 unsolved ciphers left behind by the Zodiac Killer after all this time. The Z13 code is led by the phrase, "My name is," so maybe there is still hope to find the killer and bring justice to the victims' families.
For an in-depth look into the Zodiac killings, you can find the true crime podcast, Monster the Zodiac Killer, wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey Wildcats, and welcome to Weekend Weather with Will.
And Will.
And Ben.
Today the low will be 68 and the high will be 85, and it will be cloudy. Saturday the low will be 69 and the high will be 84. Sunday the low will be 69 and the high will be 83, and it will be cloudy with a 60% chance of storms.
Hey Wildcats, this weekend the sky's gonna be crying. Just like me.
Oh, why hello Wildcats. I'm going to tell you some things that you can and cannot do at the football game in the student section. No throwing bottles or objects of any kind, no pushing, and no cussing. No signs with inappropriate images or language, no roaming behind the stands, and no, absolutely no going on the track. No flamethrowers, no getting on people's shoulders, and no clothes that's just regular clothes. You gotta be matching the theme, whatever the theme is for that game. Some of the things that you can do, you can bring powder, you can throw confetti, and we want you to stay the whole game. Learn the song Jump Around, and then also bring noisemakers to the game.
Hey Wildcats, I'm Laura Lake.
And I'm Will Lake.
And welcome to Would You Rather. We sent out a Would You Rather form to all of the students in broadcasting, and we got 25 responses.
Yeah!
That was us.
Also, big shout out to our live studio audience. Alright, so we're going to be going through all of these responses to our questions. Would you rather have 100 duck-sized elephants or 1 elephant-sized duck?
You know, I would rather have one duck-sized elephant. You know, I could ride it to school in the mornings. I wouldn't have to worry about parking. I could just kind of walk on top of the cars.
Yeah, you have like a feathered friend.
Yeah, a steed. You know, he's very majestic, very quick.
Would you rather talk like Yoda or breathe like Darth Vader for the rest of your life?
Breathe like Vader. I already do. I have asthma.
Would you rather have to dance every time you hear a song or have to sing every time you hear a song?
Sing. I've been told many times I have a beautiful voice. I can, don't laugh. I can rap very well. I'm actually an upcoming rapper. Yeah.
SoundCloud, drop the
Drop the SoundCloud, please.
We're not doing that. Would you rather always have a mullet or a ponytail?
Mullet.
I can't offend people.
Thank you to our live studio audience. We love them very much.
What's up, Wildcats? I'm Owen Harris.
And I'm Owen Harris.
And this is Double Take. If I had a nickel for every single segment that aired on this show about unsolved true crime, I would have 2 nickels, but that's still more than the broadcasting budget. Wally the Wildcat. Where is he? And who the heck is this new guy? We all know the answer to the first one. He's a cat and like wild. And he's been doing, fun stuff at all of our football games for quite a while now, but now he's gone forever. There are many potential ways this could have happened. Could have been poached, or he could have even passed away peacefully, surrounded by his family and friends. Unlike Wally, this new wily figure is just an imposter. I'll let you in on a secret. It's just a guy in a costume. So if you put 2 and 2 together, you get 4. But then if you actually put 2 and 2 together, you get that someone has clearly kidnapped Wally the Wildcat and is now trying to cover up his disappearance using a fake Wildcat suit. So now, like any good unsolved crime show, we have to talk about potential motives and suspects. And I mean, we could bring up the fact that Wally was like really old and kind of crusty, but like, nah. Really, who would want to get rid of Wally the Wildcat? Anyways, Wildcats, that's all the time we have. If you know anything about Wally the Wildcat or his current location, please email us at lhsbroadcast@lexington1.net. And hey, you can even use that same email to send us complaints or suggestion ideas about the segment. Or don't!